And welcome back. I'm joined by Olivia Savoie of Raconteur Writing. You do a kind of a cool thing. My producer was talking about this, kind of warmed me up to what you do, and I was really impressed as I researched your website and whatnot. You're kind of going back and telling people's stories. You put them into books, and it's not really something that you're doing in the libraries. It's more like for the individuals. Tell me about this.
Sure. So I am a family heirloom life story writer. So the goal of these books that I write is for the children and the grandchildren and future generations to always have their loved ones' memories documented. So we do that by in-home interviews, getting to know your mom, your dad, your grandparent. And then we spend several weeks. I'll write a book and we put it together with special photos, and it's that family heirloom rather than, like you said, in a library or on a bookstore shelf. It's for the family.
So, I had a grandmother. She was a journalist. She wrote a lot of her life story down. Wow. So I love that. I love reading about the things she accomplished. But that is the thing, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could ask her about this certain thing. You don't have that information. But this might give people an opportunity to know their loved ones in a way that they maybe didn't get a chance to ask.
Absolutely. We come equipped. I have about 300 questions I ask over the course of several interviews in small bites. But I really ask those questions that we don't ask our loved ones regularly. We start with their early memories, and we progress through childhood and teen years and military, young adult life, all the way to the present, usually.
How many books do you think you've written?
I've written over 40.
Okay. And why did you get into this, too? I got about 15 seconds before we got to go to break, and then we'll be right back. But why did you do this?
My grandmothers. I'm so close to them, but it turns out I didn't know them as well as I thought until I asked them the right questions and documented those answers.
So important to get to know your loved ones. It seems like a special deal. We have more with Olivia after a short little break. Maybe you want to stick around. Process all this is coming right back. Coming right up. Welcome back. Olivia Savoie still in the studio here. We're talking about some of these books that are in between us. This is pretty special, pretty significant. 3 books right here. They're all kind of different, but this is David Fisher. Tell me about David. Tell me about this.
Sure. So Dr. Fisher was a World War II veteran. He started the Fisher schools here in town, the early childhood schools. And it was great because he had wanted to write his life story book for 40 years. He had written things every now and again, but just did not know how to put it all together. And I met him, and 8 weeks later we had the manuscript, and a few months later the books were printed, and we had a beautiful book party with his family. Wow. So it's a beautiful example of how quickly we can get these things together that otherwise can take years or kind of never get done a lot of times if you try on your own and aren't a writer.
I hear that so many times. People go, oh, you should write down your memoirs and whatnot, and they never get up around to do it. So this is such a great process. I love that this, his family behind him on this book cover, it just looks so special. If people wanted to contact you, get this done for themselves, what do they do? What's the process?
Sure. So they could visit our website, raconteurwriting.com. They could call us. I think y'all have the number up.
Possibly, yeah, we do. 337-321-2256.
Yes, or they could just Google my name, Olivia Savoie, and a lot of things will come up.
Olivia, such a pleasure to talk to you. I think she's just full of stories, which is what we love to do in the news, is tell people stories.
Yes.
Thank you for this. This is an incredible deal. Let's kick it on over to Adam Olivier.
Well, we're seeing some pretty quiet conditions around the area right now. Temperatures jumping into the 60s in most spots. We're tracking a warming trend, and by the weekend, a cold front coming up.